When Women Speak and New Jersey Poetry Events presents When People Speak, Poetry and Conversation with Pop-Up Poetry Guests. Our pop-up poetry lineup will be
Real. I've only been speaking with you for a short time this evening, but I've heard several references to God and Him being the strength behind you. So here's another quote from your work here. It ain't the ego within me. Positivity is free, but evil is trendy because evil got the biggest piece of my city. I can't wear Jesus' peace until Jesus bring peace to my city. Oh, tell us about that.
I'm a kidding. Yes. What that line basically means is I'm more in tune with God saving, with God saving my people. If Jesus is supposed to come back, like I live in Newark, New Jersey, we jammed up around here. Jesus, please come talk to my people, because that cross that people put on their chains, that's just, that's a reference to jewelry. I'm not a jewelry fan. I refuse to wear a Jesus piece. I'm more concerned with peace being for my brother, for you, my sister, for my brother James. I want peace for my people. So that's what that line represents. It's just a play on words. Jesus, peace to my city. Like that's all it is, just a play on words. But I'm glad you asked that question. I love when people pick up. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like bowling for me. You line them up, I'm up, knock them down. I love
it. Well, we want to give the people more of this awesome lyricism by you. So if you can go into another song.
It's funny. I actually am, because I feel like my sis here is I feel like she's in my playlist because she touched on where I'm going next.
Okay. All right.
I know where he's going.
I will be listening. You know exactly where I'm going. So my so this piece is titled Black Jesus. Come on. We got to get it. There we go. Come on. Check. Black Jesus. Pardon me, y'all. Let me speak my piece. See, God made images of me to be similar to himself, so I'm a mere image of he. My dear Lord makes the world sin. I'm a part of GP. God's my president, but Satan moving like a VP. This part of God's plan when your guts rot. But what about the young man that perished from a gunshot? We're all in God's mirror with a good purpose and whatnot. So leads me to believe that God is perfect, but I'm not. Way flying off topic. Back to the facts. Jesus is black, low cut. Jesus got dreads. Jesus got tats. Orange clothes. Jesus been shackled and Jesus been locked. Street wars, Jesus been stabbed, Jesus been shot, Jesus been troubled by the storm, displayed in the slaughter, spiritually spoken in song, be a wade in the water, relief seeking, my beliefs crossbred with speaking the facts. You couldn't tell me that Jesus wasn't black. Talked about Jesus, they hated on Jesus. Jesus got believers that been waiting on Jesus. My grandma's one of them. She's praying for him proudly. Tell grandma that I found him. I see him all around me. They talked about Jesus. They hated on Jesus. Jesus got believers that been waiting on Jesus. My grandma's one of them. She screams for him loud too. Granny, take a look. Can't you see him all around you? Look at my skin tone. Tell me if it's looking innocent. Christian morals, beginning with the book of Genesis. When I think of a black man, what's the thesis to me? Beaten, hung, and slain. Sound like Jesus to me. See, Jesus stood for survival. Some know him as an idol. Family man, break bread, sip wine with his disciples. But Jesus been harming himself. Look at the foolish in him. Cause every Jesus got some Judas in him, or more so around him. Walking through town, they clowned him. Sticks and stones thrown down to the ground, they plowed him. Pounded him with chains on him, threw him up in that paddy. His mama name is Mary, but she don't know who the daddy. Poor Mary caught up in the system, but she rocking out. Streets say that daddy name is Joseph, but he copping out. Looking for our savior, it's the mental I relax in. Though I see him every moment staring at my black skin. They talked about Jesus, they hated on Jesus. Jesus got believers that been waiting on Jesus. My grandma's one of them. Scream for him proudly. Tell grandma that I found him. I see him all around me. They talked about Jesus. They hated on Jesus. Jesus got believers that been waiting on Jesus. My grandma's one of them. She screams for him loud too. Granny, take a look. Can't you see him all around you? Black Jesus. Lord, please forgive my sins. They've written all over my skin. I know I'm the one you cry for, who you hung on the cross and died for. I look at me close, I can see you living through me. A gift and a curse that was given to me. Evil hands on the world, they got a union. They sacrificed my body and blood, but not communion. Little baby Jesus born in that manger. Can Mary imagine his future going into labor? See, Jesus got pulled over, harassed, shackled, and cuffed while he was on the way to wake the homie Lazarus up. You see, Jesus had it hard. Jesus is a misfit. Looking outside, I see Jesus as a statistic. But if I could talk to Jesus, I'd tell him, show your aura, it'll shine. Continue to turn water into wine. Be amazing in your own right. Cause even when I write a rhyme shine, I'm gonna let it. Hymns from that little light of mine. Spread the gifts, take my water walks. Let them see it done. Allowing love to be the spirit of which I speak in tongue. Answer yes, ask if I'm blessed. I see the use of it, truth of it. Carry myself, I'll be my crucifix. Waiting for our Lord and Savior, that's the goal of the mission. We all trying to find Christ, but I ain't know he was missing. About Jesus. They hated on Jesus. Jesus got believers that been waiting on Jesus. My grandma's one of them. She screamed for him proudly. Tell grandma that I found him. I see him all around me. They talked about Jesus. They hated on Jesus. Jesus got believers that been waiting on Jesus. My grandma's one of them. She screams for him loud too. Granny, take a look. Can't you see him all around you? Black Jesus. Lord, please forgive my sins. They've written all over my skin. I know I'm the one you cry for, who you hung on the cross and died for. I look at me close, I can see you living through me. A gift and a curse that was given to me. Evil hands on the world, they got a union. They sacrifice my body and blood, but it's not communion. Yeah. Yeah. Sheesh. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So that was Black Jesus. That was Black Jesus off that alumni album.
That's the proof right there. We really enjoyed this. Was that piece going to be your last one that you were going to share with us, or did you have more? Because we don't want to interrupt your flow. If you had something else, I don't want to cut you off.
I do understand. No, I actually, I had 3 pieces. I got one more that I'm gonna close out with. But before I get into that, I'm saying, is there any more plays? Anything you got for me, or?
Oh yeah,
what we doing?
I do.
We can always find something for you now to discuss with that. You had some of the poets, the great poets out there, like posting comments on the live feed. Rob Hilton is out there saying this is way too dope and the writing is awesome. You also got screaming Jesus' name, so he wasn't alone with that. You have Clarissa. She was saying that the lyrical content was worth $1 million. You have Keith out there saying that it's dope. You had everybody saying, oh, wait a minute. We got Clarissa. Check it out. She said, I purchased the album too. The whole project is crazy. So
appreciate it. Oh man, yeah, appreciate it. Just the kid from Newark.
Just the kid from Newark. Making some moves this evening. James, you want to ask Real anything?
Yeah. Your album, is entitled Alumni. And, when we think of album titles, they paint pictures of themes that set the listener up for what's about to come. Why call your album Alumni?
To be honest, let me back out of this because I'm trying to get my closeout song ready. But to answer your question, I've been through a plethora of things throughout my career as far as growth is concerned. So when you think of being a kindergartner, like when you were 5, meaning a kindergartner, like rookie year, rookie season, and then you go through all of the learning, all the things that you learn, and then you get to a certain point in life, and I'm comparing schooling myself to music from me being, a kid, and I got to a certain point in life musically where I said, you know what, I'm a legend out here, because one of my biggest sometimes you got to tell yourself that, because one of my biggest downfalls was second guessing myself to make others feel comfortable. And when you do that, you sell yourself short. This album is to represent everything great that I have become. So when you think of passing all your classes, when you think of having not to take any finals because you aced everything, when you think about walking across a major stage, and then you graduate, and people treat you like what you call yourself. So my music represents what I feel I've become. So, when you think of alumni, you think of like excellence. You think of graduated. You think of homecoming. Oh, y'all ready for what happened? Where y'all go?
We found that you sounded a whole lot better when we were off the stage, so we didn't want to interrupt your conversation, but we wanted people to hear you clearly, so we stepped off. We're still here.
Okay.
We're still here.
Got it. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I was like, oh no, they left me. All right. No, so to me, Alumni is the album itself. I picked that title because I wanted the title to represent a graduated sound of everything that I've become throughout my career. So I couldn't find any other name that made sense. So that is what Alumni represents. So yeah, Alumni, out now.
Okay, so you can hit us up with your last song if you don't mind. Okay. Again, James and I stepped off because it was a whole lot clearer. So we didn't leave you alone. We didn't abandon you. We're still out there.
Got you. Okay, so I'm gonna so we gonna ride right out. This last tune, is a classic of mine. I cannot perform any further without rocking this joint. It's just one of those joints that I can never bury, and I won't. So we're gonna close out just like this, and we call this one Grandma's Hands. Oh my gosh, this guy. Yeah. Represent legacy. I love this right here. I like how they feel. Okay, I want to talk about my legacy. We were all born in. Talking way back before my beard was all grown in. How she kept us in church praying that we was all gonna win. She would start the hymns up and we would all join in. That was one of the most noble folks. She used to give her clothing away to the homeless folks. Even my mama was a queen in my eye. That'll never be a doubt. Greatness get passed down. So who would mommy be without? Worked until her hands was numb and she needed a lot of things, but a man wasn't one. But if my lights go out today, then best believe I can handle the truth. I remember who taught me to put them candles to use. Made the future a part of our plan. She used to play that tambourine like she was part of a band. But before any negativity, my soul could get devoured. In one touch, I found so much power in. So snap for me now. You at home, just snap for me now. They used to lay on me, and faithfully she would pray for me. That was my that carried the strength to which I've grown accustomed to. But just one touch from and what they do used to ache sometimes and swear, but yet and still hands work the storm she would play us through. Palms stay stuck together, her prayer was crazy glue. Oil on her head to keep evil out of our paws and the devil out of our house. She anointed all of the doors. That was pure angel. They named her a mother. Shirt barely on her back because she always gave it to others. Truthfully, she was
would give her last. That's what it came to when a hoopty broke down and I didn't have it. Who came through? The discipline was real as true love in this, cause a butt whooping was just as effective as a hug and kiss. When mama used to tell me no, I was stressed, son, but I was spoiled. I knew exactly who to get my yes from. Gave her all with faith in our dreams. I miss watching her at the table, cutting them collard greens. Her love filled our hearts and it opened our mind. But the best way to feel closer to God, just one touch from Him. So clap for me now. Don't snap, just clap for me now. They used to lay on me, and faithfully she would pray for me. That was my that carried the strength to which I've grown accustomed to. But just one touch from and what they do. So how we gonna ride out like this, y'all? Hey, so if you love your granny and head, Jibber gone and hold your hand in the air, gone and hold it up. You say you love your granny tonight, then y'all can start waving your hands. I gonna do it for you. So if you love your granny tonight, then keep on waving your hands. I gonna keep it up. This one's for my granny. How that sound? The song's over. Y'all can put your hands down. Thank you very much. Let the beat bang. Now let the beat bang. Bang. Let the note diggity, no doubt. Yeah. When people speak, when people speak, yeah. 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 Snap for me now. Don't clap, just snap for me now. They used to lay on me, and faithfully she would pray for me. That was my carried the strength to which I've grown accustomed to. Yeah. Yeah. That song still does wonders for me, y'all. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
You got folks out there screaming, "Granny, Granny!" Everybody loves that song. Hands in the air, snapping, clapping, smiling. Some of us tearing up because she ain't here no more, but we definitely could relate. Beautiful work.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I want to show the people here how they can definitely support you officially. Wait, not like that. Hold on. Not like that. Let me switch this up. No, there it is. Boom. There it is. This is how you can support. And it's all well and good to stream, but independent artists need them downloads. So you can purchase the album on bandcamp.com. Just look for Real As Promised. And the album is called Alumni. And as you can see, it's 13 tracks on the album. And this is an album that you're not going to skip not one song. You're going to play it song for song. You know, whether you're on your way to work or working or with your loved one, he got songs for your loved ones. He's got something for everybody on this album. And just, you know, like I said, support real music, real artistry, do it the right way. Go to bandcamp.com, Real As Promised. And once again, the album is called Alumni. And I wanted to first publicly thank you for inviting me to be a part of this project. You could have chose any poet. And you chose me, and that meant the world to me. And I can go on and on and on, but if you could talk a little bit about, especially that's the first track. We actually gave a quote from, Mira read a quote from the first track on the album. Why me? Why me of all poets? You know.
Again, man, I am an artist who I'm an artist. A lot of artists don't really have an ear. They just kind of like go with what's put in front of them. Because I like all my money
when I go to the business meeting, it pays to A&R your own stuff. Because when nobody's in your ear, you know exactly. That's why I encourage artists, do your homework on yourself, your sound, how you sound, your track selection, the way you write. Because if you don't, you will walk in there like an investment and they'll get all the money.
Yep.
So walk in there as your own machine. I chose you because I heard exactly what I was looking for, and you were it. You had everything that track needed. So when it happened, man, I almost cracked a tear. I said, man, this guy here, because I knew what it was. I knew who I was calling. I knew what I was going to get. So sometimes it just pays to know yourself. Like when I work with a lot of artists, I hear them. I study them. I studied that album for a long time. I said, that's the guy right there.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of time before I found the track. And then once I got it, I said, let me call him up. So that took about a good 2 years because it had to be right time. I knew already. I just didn't know when and how or what album. But when I heard the track and I knew and it fit what I was working on, and I said, yep, that's it right there.
I could definitely feel you on that. I'm sorry, James.
No, go ahead. Sir.
Yeah, I could definitely feel you on that because a lot of times most creative people they have that inner voice, and you set out looking for something, but you're guided to it. And even with the writing, it's like people's like write a poem. Well, you don't just write a poem. It's something in your spirit, something guides you towards the words and the action and the feeling. So I can definitely relate to you hearing it and your inner conscious just waking up going, oh, that's what I'm looking for right there. It is not like you set out on that journey looking for James. You just found him. You were guided there.
Right.
And this is the crazy part.
Go ahead.
This is the crazy part. I don't know if I told you this, right? You know my favorite song by you by far is Grandma Hands, right? When I first heard you perform it, right, I was like, some way, somehow, I'm going to work with this brother. I have to work with this brother. And then for you to come full circle and ask me to work, and to be a part of your album is just true, divine nature. And it goes to show you that this project, first of all, one of the best hip hop albums I've heard, and that's my honest to God, not blowing smoke. Like I play it constantly, and it's just an amazing project. And so what next? Like, I mean, this is your first album, official album, and you're coming out like swinging home runs right from the bat.
Right.
What is next for Real as Promised?
Well, before Alumni 2 in December, it's about, because I recorded 100 songs for this project. And I picked 13 of them. So I still have a lot.
Yeah.
So, but before Alumni 2 in December, it's going to be a lot of marketing, a lot of videos, because now the work needs to be done for everyone who needs this album to get this album. Like when I think of my audience and I think of the people who listened to the album and was blown away by it, every person they represent a crowd. I need guys like you and women like you. I need your crowd. I'm going to find your crowd. And when I find your crowd, I will be successful because that's that following that you need. And it comes with marketing. It comes from, promotion, advertising, but it also comes from supporting, being where they are, showing love, giving back. That's where it comes from. That's the only place it's going to come from. We as Black artists, rappers, and so to speak, because not every artist is like this. We have a tendency of feeling like we're owed everything because we're talented, but we don't put any of the work in. You have to put the work in because that's the only way to get all your money. You go sign to that white man's label, no disrespect to them, but we have to stop knocking the labels for jerking artists and point the finger at the artists who ain't doing their homework. Because anybody can listen. If you have an investment in, if you have money to invest in something, and somebody is dumb enough to give you everything without doing homework on the business, then how are they at fault? You got to stop. Oh, the white person did this. No, do your homework, artists. Know your worth, but put your worth before your worth, net and silent. I'm gonna run that back. Put your worth before your worth, net and silent. Because that is the only thing. I would rather sell 200,000 copies and never go gold at $8 a record than to sell 10 million records at 15 cents in my pocket. You do the math.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what's next for me, to answer your question without dropping too many gems. Marketing, networking, homeworking. Okay, because we trying to sell this album. I need to find your audience. That's the best way I can answer your question.
Well, on that, I'm going to be the one to say, never let go. I can hear you clear. And those are not my words. Those are your words from your song. And it resonated and it spoke to me. So you keep on that grind, brother. You got something really, really powerful here. I enjoyed it. The audience enjoyed it. And thank you for coming to When People Speak.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I love you guys, man. I really appreciate it. And, I'll be rocking with you.
Yep. Looking forward to seeing more and hearing more of those hundreds of songs that you haven't yet published. And yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
And y'all out there listening, y'all support them.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and North Times right now, Black Jesus, the video is on the way. I mean, y'all saw Warm It Up. That's out. Black Jesus is next. We're actually we got to get with Mr. Strickland, Mr. Ellaby, and we got to shoot North Times for that video. Because I'm trying to get about 7 or 8 videos just to market the album, and that is one of them. So I got a lot of work to do. The album is out, but I got to get it to the people, and that's just where I'm at now. So we got work to do, and this is a start. I really appreciate y'all once again, and I will be tuning in.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I will talk to you soon. All right, take care. Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening.
Peace out.
Peace. Be safe.
Whew. Wow. So, I don't even know how to close this out. How you gonna close the show out this evening? Because it was a powerful show with a huge lineup from the poet laureate of Jersey City down to Real as Promised. We had Ras Haru. We had who we had? I'm losing. There was
Mia X.
Mia X, the girl from North, the round the way girl, Mia, my girl. So it's time, right? It's time to close out the January edition of When People Speak, right?
Yeah, before we go, I just want to share some information, some things that I got coming up. First off, I am the founder of NewJerseyPoetryEvents.com. And to keep that site going, and to keep providing the events all across New Jersey from North, Middle, and South. I'm selling T-shirts, New Jersey Poetry Events T-shirts, and here's the information on that and where you can get it. I'm actually wearing the shirt.
What you told me, I was on as well.
But that's how you can get the shirt, and you're not just supporting, you're supporting poetry events. You're supporting more content.
Okay, so let's talk about some book purchases here. So I know that I'm on Amazon with Breathing Through Concrete, which is my publication. My book that I authored and illustrated. You can purchase this on Amazon.com, or you can hit me up in a DM on any of my social media platforms if you'd like to purchase the book with a signed copy. If you're not really caring too much about having your own copy signed by me, then by all means, go head out to Amazon and pick up a copy. Support the artists. What you have going, James?
You can always support me at jamescellaby.com, and my album's on there. You see my poster behind me, actually over there. Pulsar, and you can get a copy of that. And Ras Haru, like I said, Ras Haru is also featured on my spoken word album, and you definitely want to get it. It's poetry mix the music. It's very organic. Each track matches the poem, so support. And you can also get my book Beyond the Event Horizon as well, which is I like to call it my poetic diary. Um, Also, remember you can support When Women Speak live on Facebook. Just join the Facebook group When Women Speak, and you'll definitely be notified of the next event. And trust me, you don't want to miss When Women Speak as well. And lastly, this platform, it's a great platform. You enjoyed a lot of the talent that you've seen here, but we offer this talent, this platform free for you to view, but it's not free. It's not free, and we could definitely use your support. So donate at Cash App $Amira Shabazz, and this is how you can keep this platform going, and as well as support the artists. We'll divvy up the proceeds to the artists because we want to definitely support our artists, and you should want to support them because, as you can see, they're phenomenal, and we're going to continue to have a phenomenal programming for you.
Yep.
So donate now, whatever you can. Doesn't matter, 5, 10, whatever you can. Donate today. Donate in the future. Just donate.
Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. So, do we have any more announcements, advertisements, selling points? Thank you, Hafisa. We see you. We like
Yeah,
to
thank
thank
you to
everybody,
everyone that joined us
yeah,
too.
who hung out,
No,
had dinner with us, enjoyed the evening with us. Hope to see you next month.
yeah, and remember, it is always the last Tuesday of every month. So that's all I have, Amira.
All right. So, what we gonna send them home with?
Uh,
Got a couple of selections over there in the brand section. What we got?
uh, let's let's see. Let's give them your promo for Breathing Through Concrete. A
Thanks.
phenomenal promo that you put together. So here's Breathing Through Concrete, and this is how you can also support Amira in a phenomenal work of art. So support.
And that's it, folks. Thank you for coming. See you next time on When People Speak.
Take care. Be safe.